I had just been reborn. In the bridal suite, my new wife pointed a trembling finger at my face and screamed, "Jax Sterling, the only man I love is Ethan. Even if I married you, don't you dare think you'll ever truly have me." She backed away, grabbing a fruit knife from the table. "If you try to force yourself on me, I'll die right here." Memories of my past life flooded back. I didn't hesitate. I slapped her hard across the face. "Bella torne. I married you to start a family, not to deal with this drama. If you won't fulfill your duties, what was the point of buying you?" I stepped closer, my voice dropping to a growl. "You want to threaten me with suicide? Do it. I dare you." I dragged her by the arm into the kitchenette and shoved a butcher knife into her hand. As soon as her fingers brushed the cold handle, her grip failed. The knife clattered to the floor, the metallic clang making her jump. I stepped forward, gripping her slender wrist. The sheer dominance radiating from me made her knees weak. "Listen to me, Bella. Your father agreed to this marriage personally. He took 50 grand from my family. If I hadn't stepped in, your destiny was to be sold off to pay your brother's gambling debts. And now you want to play the martyr." Bella didn't speak. She just buried her head and sobbed. Seeing this, I lost all patience. I scooped her up and carried her back to the bedroom. The red mood lights flickered all night. Ding! Host has plundered 100 luck points from the protagonist. The great villain system is now online. Congratulations. Starter pack received. In the post-coital clarity of the morning, I was stunned. A system? In my past life, I was a transmigrator, so I knew the tropes, but I never had a cheat code before. And great villain? That looked like one. Suddenly, memories uploaded into my brain. I was a minor villain, a simp, in an underdog success story. The hero, Ethan Cross, was poor but brilliant, destined to ace the state selection exams and rise to power, building a harem along the way. In my past life, affected by the plot's idiot aura, I had obsessively chased Bella, Ethan's high school sweetheart. She treated me like trash while pining for Ethan. My father, Jax Sterling, boss of the Wolfpack Syndicate, thought I was gay until I fixated on Bella. To help me, he pressured her family. Bella's brother, Billy, was a degenerate gambler. Dad threatened to chop off Billy's hands if they didn't pay up. To save his son, Bella's father sold his daughter to me. But in the original timeline, I was a coward. I let her refuse me for 3 years. Then Ethan returned as a high-ranking official, stole her back, and wiped out my family. Digesting this, I ground my teeth. What a joke. Bella was a gold digger, and Ethan was a hypocrite who stole another man's wife. Not this time. Ethan was currently just a broke student. I was the heir to the city's underworld. And now I had a system. System, open the starter pack. Ding. Starter pack opened. Villain aura, the abyssal requiem scripture, and 60 years of cultivation force. Immense power surged through my veins, breaking every limit. I went from a street brawler to a grandmaster-level powerhouse in seconds. The air around me vibrated. I expected useless scholar skills, but I got the abyssal requiem, a top-tier dark art. In this world, martial arts meant power. A grandmaster could rival an army. The Federation didn't dare touch the Sterling family because of rumors that an ancient grandmaster protected the old government. Now I was that power. System, I asked why now. Ding. In your past life, the plot suppressed me. Your rebirth and decisive action broke the seal. I dressed, ready to go crush Ethan immediately. Ding. Warning. Direct lethal action against the protagonist will trigger world protection. His biological father, a triple-tier grandmaster, will intervene. I paused. Ethan has a grandmaster dad? Ding. Yes. Arthur Cross. Currently healing at a spirit spring outside the city. He will only appear if Ethan faces death. I couldn't beat a triple-tier grandmaster yet. How do I kill them? Ding. Drain the protagonist's luck. Plunder his harem. Destroy his reputation. Once his luck drops below 5,000, he is mortal. I smirked. I looked at Bella, exhausted on the bed. I wondered if she had any more luck to give. Heh. I chuckled darkly. When Bella woke up, she looked at me with defiant, tear-stained eyes. I called 2 maids to dress her. Then, I ordered my men to bring a flatbed tow truck. I had them toss Bella onto the back. She rasped, "Jax, you bastard, what are you doing?" I smiled wickedly. "Didn't you say you loved your precious Ethan?" "I'm a benevolent man," I said, leaning against the truck. "I can't bear to separate lovers. I'm sending you to be with your Ethan." Bella's face went pale. Yesterday, this would have been a dream. But now, she felt like damaged goods. "Jax, you can't. I'm your wife now." In this society, reputation was everything. She had resigned herself to living with me, planning to funnel my money to Ethan on the side. She never thought I'd actually dump her. I tossed the crumpled paper at her. Annulment papers. Sign them. She looked at the paper like it was a bomb. No. No. You can't discard me. A divorced woman in Sterling City was a social pariah. I ignored her and signaled the driver. Move it. The truck rumbled to life. The noise drew out my father, Marcus. Son, what's this? Dad, I said casually. This woman has no loyalty. On our wedding night, she swore she was saving her heart for another man. I'm returning the merchandise. Marcus's face darkened. As the Wolfpack boss, he didn't do mercy. Damn it. She marries into the Sterlings and thinks of another man. Son, don't send her back. Let me put a bullet in her head. And her useless family, too. I stopped him. Dad, relax. I'm feeling generous. Let them go. I needed them alive for the points. Marcus grunted, but agreed. Don't be too soft, Jax. On the truck, Bella let out a breath she didn't know she was holding. She thought she was dead. She put on a pitiful face. Docs, I am sorry. I'll be good. Please. I didn't even look at her. You're not sorry, Bella. You're just scared. As the truck moved through downtown, people stared. The Wolfpack logo on the doors kept them from interfering, but they followed to watch the show. Bella covered her face in shame. Soon, her father and brother, Billy, ran up. They had hoped to mooch off my wealth. Seeing Bella being paraded on a flatbed, her father panicked. He ran up, smiling nervously. Son-in-law, what's this? If Bella did something wrong, I apologize. I kicked him square in the chest. Who are you calling son-in-law? He flew back, landing hard. I was a grandmaster now. I didn't care about social niceties. Billy saw his dad get dropped and ran away without a backward glance. The truck finally stopped in the slums, right in front of Ethan Cross's dilapidated apartment building. Ethan, the classic underdog hero, lived in squalor with a sick foster mother. Hearing the noise, Ethan walked out. He was wearing a brand new, expensive designer suit. My eyes narrowed. In the original plot, he was broke. That suit cost more than his rent. Jax Sterling, Ethan shouted, seeing Bella on the truck. What is the meaning of this? I turned to the crowd of onlookers. Citizens of Sterling City, I need a witness. Last night, my new wife told me she loves Ethan Cross and threatened suicide to keep herself pure for him. The crowd gasped. I continued. I am a man of charity. Since she loves him, I won't force her. I'm here to deliver her. Ethan, are you willing to take Bella as your wife? If not, I'm selling her to the Red District. The crowd murmured. Men looked at Bella with hungry eyes. Ethan turned green. Marry a divorced woman? A used woman? He needed to pass the state's election. He couldn't have this stain on his record. Bella lowered her hands, looking at Ethan with desperate hope. He was her only lifeline. Under her gaze, Ethan hardened his heart. She married you, Jax. She's a Sterling now. How can I take another man's wife? Bella crumpled. Her light died. Ding. Hero and heroine bond shattered. Protagonist luck -200. Remaining 9690. I laughed. So much for true love. I pointed at his suit. Nice threads, Ethan. That's a limited edition. $5,000 easy. You can't afford that. Did you steal it? You lie. Ethan shouted, turning red. Then tell us. I pressed. Where did the money come from? If you can't explain it, I boomed. It must be stolen. Maybe we should go to the police station. Ethan froze. He couldn't go to the police. And he couldn't admit the truth. It wasn't stolen. Suddenly, Bella screamed from the truck, her eyes full of hate. I bought it for him. She hated him now. He had abandoned her when she needed him most. The crowd turned on Ethan. A gigolo, living off a woman. Ding. Protagonist reputation damaged. Luck -100. Remaining 9590. Oh, I smirked. So, Bella paid for it? Ethan, you took her money, bought fancy clothes, and now that I'm gifting her to you, you reject her because she's mine? You ungrateful leech. Ethan closed his eyes. He was trapped. If he refused, his reputation was dead. The selection board would never accept a man with no honor. Fine, he whispered. I'll marry her. I was about to clap, but Bella fell to her knees. Cox, no, I was wrong. Please, keep me as a maid, a servant, anything. Don't make me go with him. She knew Ethan wouldn't treat her well now, but I was done with her. Gag her. My men stuffed a cloth in her mouth. Now, Ethan, I said, about the dowry. I paid $50,000 for her. You want her? Pay me back. Ethan choked. I don't have that kind of money. I snatched the jade amulet from his belt. This looks valuable. I'll take it as interest. No, that's my birth father's legacy. Ethan lunged. I sidestepped, and he face-planted into the mud. I'm keeping the girl until you pay the debt, I said, pocketing the amulet. Come pick her up at Wolfpack Tower when you have the cash. I walked away. Ethan lay in the mud, feeling a sense of profound loss as the amulet disappeared. Back at the estate, I ordered my men to beat Billy Thorne and tell the Sioux family that Bella was now Ethan's problem. I knew Bella had funneled way more than 50 grand to Ethan over the years. Her family would hound him for every cent. Boss, a henchman asked, what about the girl? Register her marriage to Ethan at the courthouse, I said. Then send her to the industrial laundry. She can work off her debt. Bella screamed through her gag as they dragged her away. Jax, a voice called out. I turned to see Alex Steele, the daughter of the wolf pack's second in command. She was my childhood friend, a total tomboy and martial arts nut. What's up, Jax? Dragging me to your room in broad daylight? She teased, flexing her biceps. Shut up and come inside, I said. I had zero romantic feelings for Alex. She was my bro. Inside, I locked the door. I cut her finger, then mine, dripping blood onto Ethan's amulet. The amulet flashed, shooting a beam of light into our foreheads. Ding! Host intercepted the protagonist's greatest opportunity. Protagonist, luck minus 3,000. Remaining, 6590. I grinned. The amulet contained the Celestial Harmony Art, a dual cultivation technique left by a legendary grandmaster. It required a man and a woman to practice together. It also came with a passive charm effect, succubus energy. Ethan had used this in the original story to build his harem. Now it was mine. The knowledge upload also revealed the amulet's history. It was stolen from the princess of the 10,000 Beast realm by Ethan's father, Arthur Cross. Arthur had seduced the princess to get it, leading to her sacrifice and a permanent vendetta from her kingdom. The catch: the male practitioner needed an arcane bloodline, like the nine-tailed fox line Arthur stole. I didn't have one, but the system fixed that instantly. Alex opened her eyes, trembling. Jax, this is Grandmaster-level stuff. She hugged me, forgetting boundaries. You're the best. Focus, I said, pushing her off. We need to train, but you know the catch. She blushed. The technique required skin-to-skin contact. Fine, she gritted out. For the power. She stripped down. I did the same. We sat on the bed, palms touching. System, max it out. Ding. 1,000 luck points consumed. Celestial Harmony Art. Mastered. Meanwhile, in the slums, Ethan was fuming. Suddenly, his door was kicked in. Billy Thorne rushed in, eyes bloodshot. You ruined everything. You took my sister and my money. They fought like wild dogs. Ethan's sick foster mother tried to intervene, but Billy shoved her. She hit her head and groaned. Mom! Ethan screamed. He was losing the fight against the street-tough Billy. Suddenly, the roof collapsed. A figure in black crashed through, landing squarely on Billy, crushing him to death instantly. It was a dying grandmaster from the 10,000 Beast realm. He had been hunting Arthur Cross for years to avenge the princess, but was counterattacked and fatally wounded by Arthur recently. His cultivation had finally failed him mid-flight. He handed a blood-stained book to the stunned Ethan. Take this. Avenge me. Kill Arthur Cross. The man died. Ethan took the book. The Vortex Siphon, a forbidden art that drained energy from others. Ethan's eyes went wild. Heaven hasn't abandoned me. He dragged the bodies to the backyard to bury them. But before he could finish, the front door burst open. Police. Ethan Cross. You're under arrest for murder. I'm innocent. I didn't kill them. Ethan screamed as they cuffed him. But the police chief had been tipped off by the wolf pack. They dragged him away. In the interrogation room, they tortured him until he confessed. He was thrown into the pit, the city's worst prison. The prison guard, a greedy man, found the Vortex Siphon manual. Being illiterate, he couldn't read the title properly, but he sold it to a Wolfpack contact for a few bucks. It ended up on my desk. Ding. Intercepted protagonist's opportunity. Luck dash 500. Remaining, 6090. I looked at the manual. It was trash compared to my system skills, but it could drain others' power to boost the user. It had a low-level cap, though. I walked to my father's office. Dad, check this out. Marcus read it and slammed his desk. Incredible. But it requires destroying my current cultivation base first. Do it, I said. I moved faster than he could see, striking his dantian. He coughed blood, his power dissipating. Jax, what the hell? Trust me, I left the room. An hour later, my men threw 5 captured rival enforcers into Marcus's office. Their limbs were broken. Dad, I called from the doorway. Drink up. Marcus hesitated, then placed his hands on them. He drained them dry. The rivals screamed as they turned into husks. I finished them off with a wave of my hand, turning the husks to dust. Clean this up, I told the maids. Back in my room, Bella was waiting, fresh from her shift at the laundry. I circled her. Mrs. Cross, ready for your duties? Don't call me that, she cried. Slap. I hit her hard. You are Mrs. Cross. Now get on your knees. She knelt, shaking. Ding. Humiliating the protagonist's wife. Luck-5. Luck -5. I milked Ethan's luck through her for weeks. 6 months passed. The Wolf Pack transformed into the Order, a paramilitary force that effectively ruled the region. The central government was weak, terrified of the mysterious Grandmaster backing us. I had reached Grandmaster Tier 2. Ethan's luck had stalled. I needed the kill. I went to the prison. Ethan was a wreck. He was bloated, covered in sores, and smelled of rot. I had ensured he was fed garbage and serviced by diseased women, whom I later cured and employed, so they loved me. Jax Sterling, Ethan rasped, hatred burning in his eyes. You came to gloat? Relax, Ethan. Look who I brought. I pulled Bella forward. She gagged at the smell of him. She had learned the hard way that she had chosen wrong in every life. Seeing him now, she felt nothing but disgust. Kiss me, ordered Bella. She didn't hesitate. She leaned in and kissed me passionately in front of her husband. No, stop it, Ethan screamed, thrashing against his chains. She's mine. Ding. Protagonists will broken. Luck -100. -100. His luck crashed below 5000. The execution threshold was met. I pushed Bella Azide. I raised a finger, dark energy coalescing into a black point. The finger of oblivion, heaven's punishment. Ethan's eyes widened. A golden shield, his father's protection, flared up. My strike shattered it like glass. The beam hit Ethan. He didn't just die, he unraveled, turning into a puddle of organic sludge. Ding. Protagonist eliminated. All luck points absorbed. I turned to Bella. She looked at me with a mix of fear and relief. I snapped her neck. No loose ends. Suddenly, the prison roof tore open. Who killed my son? Arthur Cross, the triple-tier Grandmaster, descended like a vengeful god. I met him in the air. Finally, I unleashed the full power of the Abyssal Requiem. The sky turned blood-red. Spectral ghosts wept in the darkness, and the atmosphere grew heavy with despair. Arthur realized too late that he was outmatched. His reflective technique was useless against the crushing weight of absolute despair. I tore him apart in 15 minutes. Years passed. The Federation fell. Alex Steele, my bro, conquered the continent with her iron fist, establishing the Sterling Empire. She became the first empress. I stayed in the shadows, the true power. One day, in a secluded garden, I sat meditating. Alex approached, wearing her imperial robes, holding the hand of a 5-year-old boy. He looked just like me, my son, the result of a training accident, where the celestial harmony art worked a little too well. Why are you here? I asked. I wanted to see you, she said, her voice trembling. You're leaving today, aren't you? I nodded. The world is rejecting me, I explained. As an anomaly, an extraterrestrial soul in this realm, I can no longer stay without destabilizing reality. You became the ruler, I said softly. And you became the strongest, she replied. We both got what we wanted. It's funny, she laughed, though tears welled in her eyes. We swapped dreams. I wanted to be the strongest, and you wanted to be the boss. Now look at us. I looked at the boy. I patted his head. Take care of him. A rift in reality opened behind me, a swirling vortex of higher dimensions. I stepped toward it. Jax, Alex whispered. I didn't look back. I stepped into the void. The rift closed. Alex wiped a tear, then smiled down at the boy. Don't worry, she said. When we're strong enough, we'll go find him. Story complete.